Three of the key RAS features we have on X6 products are memory page retire, consumed error recovery, and UIM modules that can help us migrate workloads off of virtualized clusters. Memory page retire protects both against a repair action and against the server restart. The algorithm that we have patented, and it's a very, very good algorithm that strikes a balance between using the hardware features and also using the software features, where now we can mark just a page of memory as bad like you would mark a disk sector as bad. For a long time, disks have marked sectors bad, so you don't have to replace them. Now we can do the same thing with server memory. If I hit a correctable memory error threshold, now instead of issuing a predictive failure alert or taking other server actions, I can now tell the operating system or hypervisor, hey, just mark this memory page as bad, move the data, it's correctable. So, when we move the data, we're reading the data with the error, we're correcting it, and then moving it to a new location, mark that location as bad, and then we just continue on from there. So the page retire feature that we have in X6 protects against both lowering repair actions and preventing more restarts. Consumed error recovery means that an uncorrectable error made it all the way back into the CPU, into the running application, and now that running application can take action. It could either retry, or in some cases the operating system or hypervisor could restart that process. And the servers are running maybe hundreds of processes at the same time, and so we only want to stop and correct the one that was affected by it, and not affect all the other work going on. With consumed error recovery, the server now stays available, it keeps running, you avoid the reboot, you can do a scheduled maintenance, you don't have to lose resources. When you do a reboot and there's bad memory, we'll take that bad memory offline. Now you just corrected the error and you keep going, so you don't have to stop the server. There's a lot of plumbing that has to be done with all the pieces of software. So the firmware, the operating systems, the hypervisors, all have to participate in some of these features to make them work properly. And System X has worked with all of the vendors in order to make sure they all work the way they're intended to work. UIM has two pieces to it. One piece is to, when you hit a predictive failure alert on the server, you can automatically migrate the workload off of that server onto another server in the cluster that hasn't had errors. And then you put that server in maintenance mode. The second feature is that you can use that same technique in order to do a rolling firmware updates. They're essentially plug-in software that plug into things like VMware vCenter. So rolling firmware updates means I've got a group of servers. So let's say I've got a cluster of 10 servers with VMware running, and I can schedule to do the rolling firmware update Saturday night at midnight, and I can tell it, okay, do this group of 10. It'll migrate the workload off of server 1, download all the code updates that it has to do, apply the code updates, restart server 1, bring the workload back to server 1 that it had on it before. Now it rolls to server 2, and server 2, it'll move the workload off and repeat the process through all 10 servers. And then the administrator just comes back in and says, oh, I did it, all 10 updated successfully. So things that the network administrator or the system administrator had to do in the past can be now more automated with the UIM plugin modules that we have. X6 is a premier platform for two reasons. One is it has the top level performance of the computer servers in the Intel space that we can provide. We have #1 benchmark performance scores in a wide variety of benchmarks. And so from a performance standpoint, we have it covered. We offer a lot of flexibility with X6. We have memory channel storage support on X6 as well, which is a new technology. And we can put monstrous amounts of flash in the drive bays, in the PCI Express bays, and also in the memory channels now. The other thing X6 provides is reliability. So we have machine check architecture. all of the Intel E7 V2 processor features we support, and we also have added onto that by putting enhancements in our firmware. X6 is the platform of choice for customers to run their most critical applications.